An aerial view of downtown Boston, our location tonight, gives you a great idea of the beauty of this historic city. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Kevin Harlan here along with Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, David Aldridge on our sideline. It's our pleasure to welcome in the sports guy, Bill Simmons, to our broadcast for a second straight year. It's an honor to have you here courtside.
I'm just excited that I got brought back. I felt like I was on Brook Lopez on the one-year contract last year, and then now you've invited me back.
But you've
another one-year contract.
You've reinvented yourself, though.
Yeah.
You can hit outside comments.
I tried to expand my range, but so we'll see. We'll take it year by year.
We can't wait to hear it. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Pippen is out there with Grant. And there's Cartwright. Then there's Paxson. And it's Jordan in at the 2. And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984, came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot, Kareem had to wear the oxygen mask. And then finished them off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline,
He was,
wasn't he?
and
Yes.
he deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year, and I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
Lewis misses. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Detroit Pistons. And here in Boston, Bill, the place where you received your master's degree in journalism. Talk about the Celtics at that time in the early to mid-90s.
Well, Larry Bird retired, Kevin McHale retired. They knocked the Boston Garden down. We were in the lottery for a bunch of years. It was a terrible decade, Kevin. Thanks for asking.
But still a Boston fan, true and true, right? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I grew up, we were doing well, then we weren't doing well. Now we're doing great again. That's the team of the future.
Now here's Bird. Shoots from the elbow. Boston, no good that time either. The Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Changes up. Pippen misses.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
You know, Bill, a bevy of talent for the Celtics last season. How close were they to meeting your expectations?
They were about as close as I am living in L.A. to Boston. They were 3,000 miles away. It was an emotionally scarring season. I hated it. I didn't enjoy it, and it was a huge disappointment. Other than that, it was fun.
Yeah, but it was painful almost, wasn't it?
When you have a team that you have all these assets, and you can't figure out how those assets can come together as an actual basketball team. That brings the point yet again. This is why we have basketball. It's not just about the players. It's about how they mesh together. That team did not mesh.
The Celtics have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And, Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. What a great stroke.
I emulate all stretch fours and don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
You are. You're a great screen.
I'll set some picks.
You're a great pick and roll guy. Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some new players.
And still stay competitive.
Build
so they get the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah. They stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
Bill, it was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
Oh, really?
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
No,
idolize?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports. So
Yeah.
just kind of like, I'll do those two things
Did it in
together.
high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year, I felt like it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I can get paid for this.
Right.
Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29.
Yeah.
Very surprising he couldn't capitalize on those shots. You don't see that often. I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a fact. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
and we
There's
also-
nothing anonymous about it.
No. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
I
And, like,
really care
Our name
about
is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. The drive by Jordan. The rebound by the Celtics. Parrish has got 4 rebounds in this game. You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories. We thought that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that. And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash his last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it, and then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. And it was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part of it.
Now, here's Bird. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pippen kicks to Grant. Parrish against Purdue. A fader, and McHale pulls it down.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And Jordan sends it back. 4-on-3 break. Here's Pippen, and the rejection by Parrish. They get it back. Here's Paxson, and he's good on the 3 ball. Paxson's got 5 now.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
The drive by Bagley to the middle. Here's Parrish. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Jordan. Passes to Grant. Over McHale. Grant. That's good. Here's Bagley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Doesn't go for him. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Purdue the pass to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he? Bagley kicks to Bird. And the pass to Parrish. Now, here's Bagley. Paxson pulls it in.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Nice shot by Bird.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Armstrong gets the bucket. Boston with the ball. The Celtics shooting to start out this game about 43%. T, the pass to Johnson. Over Armstrong. Johnson can't hit. The Bulls shooting looking a little out of sorts early, 37%. And they take the lead. Grant's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Boston trailing. Johnson, the pass to Bird. T, he's guarded by Purdue. Paxson, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Armstrong against Paxson. It's Jordan on the wing. Over Johnson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Jordan's got 11 points.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Goes up on the block. No good that time, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Davis in the corner. Puts up a three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Now it's a 5-point Bulls lead. Celtics trail by 5. Johnson, the pass to Bird. Pass to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 13-footer. Bird's shot is good. He's got 10.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Right side, Jordan. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Bulls lead by 5.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Bird against Grant. Pass to Paxson. And here is McHale. Passes it to Paxson. On the wing, Johnson. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. Unable to get that one. Here's Jordan, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Chicago shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw good, Jordan.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
No good from McHale.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Armstrong passes to Purdue. Rebound, Boston. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against Washington. Here's Paxson. That's tipped, and he gets it back. Over Armstrong. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Both free throws good from Paxson. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Here's Jordan. The three. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Purdue in the post. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Here's Paxson. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Jordan with it. Over Paxson. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.